Hey guys, so it's now Monday the 8th of October, which means it's the start of a new reading week, and my plan is to read the Missy Chronicles today, because I watched Doctor Who yesterday, and I'm so in love with her. Oh my god. I love the 13th Doctor. She is amazing. I am totally in love with her. I was in love with her from the minute she opened her mouth. Literally, I fell in love with her the minute she opened her mouth. And then when she finally said, "I'm the Doctor," I nearly cried. I'm so happy with her. It's unbelievable. I will be writing a blog post for this for the Valkyries, who I'll leave a link to down below, so you can check it out when I actually write it and get it uploaded, which I'm really, really excited for. And also, another thing I'm really excited for is the fact that one of the companions is dyspraxic, which I am too, and it basically means we're quite klutzy and we're not quite as coordinated as other people. Basically, there's a lot of more to it, but that is the basic idea of it, hence why he had trouble riding a bike and things like this. And you have no idea how much it means to me to have that kind of representation in one of my favourite TV shows. It was incredible to, watch, and I can't wait to see how that representation goes. It's probably not going to be entirely accurate, or maybe sometimes forgotten or something, but to know that that is a facet that Chris Chibnall put into a character just means a hell of a lot, especially when there's a female Doctor. It was just, oh, I'm so in love with it, and I'm now so glad I left the Missy Chronicles for this week so I can actually read more Doctor Who, because otherwise I would have just been reading other books instead. And while that would have been fun, because I've got a couple of books that are all girl power to read next, I am so glad I still have a Doctor Who book to read, because it means I can stay in the world of Doctor Who for a while longer, or at least a day longer, and I'm so excited. So I'm going to start this one, and then I'm also going to write that Doctor Who blog post, watch 2 more episodes of Daredevil, because I got to the 2 final episodes of season 1 of Daredevil, so I'm going to watch those ones, because I figured out if I watch 2 episodes a day, then the day before the new series comes out, I've just got to watch 4 episodes, and then I'm all caught up. So I'm probably going to do that, hopefully, fingers crossed. So that is my current idea, and then I'm also going to try and film a new video, because I'm wearing my TARDIS t-shirt right now, and I'm still full of Whovian joy, so I'm going to do the Doctor Who book tag, because there's no better time to do it than now. So plan for today is read this, watch Daredevil, write something about Doctor Who, probably about why the Doctor means so much to me, because she's female, and that's for the Valkyries. And then I'm also going to film a new video. Hopefully that's my plan. I don't know if I'm going to get through that much, but I'm going to try. So I've just opened the Missy Chronicles to start reading, and it's a list of 5 short stories all about Missy, who is the female version of the Master. And I'm pretty sure the Master turns up in the last story of this, and it's a really short book, and it's got quite big writing in it, so I think I'm going to be able to get through it. But the thing is that I've just seen the names of all the stories. The first one is called Dismemberment, the next one is Lords and Masters, third one is Teddy Sparkles Must Die, 4th is The Liar, the Glitch and the War Zone, 5 is called Girl Power, I'm very excited for that one, and the final one is A Lit in Underland. So I'm very excited to see how this turns out. I am very excited for this, especially when it's about Missy, and the first story is called Dismemberment, so I'm feeling I'm going to have fun with this. I just finished the first story in this Dismemberment, and I actually really liked it. I really liked watching Missy get revenge in really sort of clever, slightly psychotic ways, and there was a lot of murder in here and everything, which was just so Missy. It was beautiful, and I also really enjoyed the fact that this actually gave the backstory as to why Missy calls herself Missy instead of the Master, and I really like that element of it as well, because I always wondered just why she stopped calling herself the Master and decided to call herself Missy instead, especially now that the Doctor still calls herself the Doctor. So I really like that. It's now 1:30 in the afternoon. I'm officially halfway through Missy Chronicles, and I'm really enjoying it. Some of the stories are slightly weirder than I was expecting, I guess you could say, but I'm still really, really enjoying them. But I am now going to take a break for lunch, watch Daredevil, watch a couple of booktube videos, and get some reviewing done for Doctor Who. And hopefully then I'll be able to finish this off today, or at least get most of the way through. Then I can obviously finish it off tomorrow and start my next book, which is Odd and True, if I remember rightly. Yeah, it's Odd and True. So I'm just going to do that now and see what happens. So I've had lunch and I've watched Daredevil, and I've now only got one episode left of series 1, because it turns out season 1 actually had 13 episodes, not 12. So that's fun. But I am now, well, I was going to start writing something, like a blog post, but I've got nothing. Even though I want to talk a lot about Doctor Who and just scream over Doctor Who, I think I may need a couple of weeks to sort of calm down about it, I guess you could say, because I'm sort of so into it and everything. I feel like anything I write about is just going to be horrendous screaming and completely unintelligible, and I'd rather write something when I'm calmer and I can actually form sentences, preferable to me just having a massive screaming everything's amazing kind of thing, because I do like my blog posts being somewhat coherent, so I don't know what else to write right now. I mean, I could do a review on Venom, but it's not going to be very good, because I didn't like Venom that much, so I don't know what I'm going to do. Kind of just want to carry on reading the Missy Chronicles. As I said, I'm only like halfway through and I could probably finish it today in like 2 hours, so I may just read this, but I really want to write something. I don't know. I think I'm going to read. I think I'm going to just give up and read, to be honest, because that seems to be the only thing my brain knows how to do right now, so I think I'm just going to sit and read for a bit instead and try and finish this. If I finish this, I'll write something. If I don't finish this, I'll write something tomorrow. I've only got 2 days to write, though, this week. On Thursday, I have a meeting. Then on Friday, God knows what I'm doing. I'm going to be here, there, and everywhere, probably. So I'm only going to have today, tomorrow, and Wednesday to write something. 13 just turned up in this book. Very, very, very briefly. And you don't realise it's her until right at the very end in the final line of a short story. But 13 turned up. Or at least a female doctor turned up. And I think that's just made this entire book. Like, I love Missy as a character, and I'm loving all of these short stories about her causing mayhem across the galaxy, but having a female doctor turn up the day after I watched 13 take her first steps means so much. I love this. I really do. I'm just slightly overwhelmed, I guess you could say. I am slightly overwhelmed. I'm currently halfway through the story Girl Power, and I'm pretty sure it's my favourite one. It's set when Missy is still in the locked room of the last series with Peter Capaldi, and Nardole is constantly sending messages to the Doctor about what Missy's requesting, and she's like talking to people back in time, like famous women from back in time, so like Marie Antoinette, Marie Curie, and people like this, and trying to create an army. And she's actually got a list of things in here of common things men say to women and how to like reply to this. And my favourite one is, idiotic man says, calm down, dear. Response, stay calm, stab him. It's just like, it's totally my sense of humour entirely, and also like really fight the patriarchy kind of thing. And after last night's episode of Doctor Who, it just kind of makes me really, really happy. And really sort of just happy, I guess. It's just making me really quite happy. I'm really enjoying this story. Like, I like the others, but I think this one's my favourite. Obviously, the Master hasn't turned up yet in the last story, so I'll see what happens, because John Sims' Master is just my favourite ever, you know, but Girl Power as a short story is genius. I've just finished the Missy Chronicles, and I actually really enjoyed the last story as well, because it was actually set in the final episode of the previous season with the Missy and Master running around trying to get into the underworld to try and figure out how to stop the Cybermen from like completing Project Exodus, and it was awesome. It was so nice to see what was happening in the time gap between the Doctor being knocked out and coming back again and seeing Bill in the barn. It was really, really interesting to see how this actually worked out and how Missy came up with the idea of actually killing the Master in the end of the episode and things like this. It was so interesting, and I loved having the Master back just for a few pages, like 20 pages. It was nice to see the Master again because I've always loved the Master, and I don't know why. He's just completely psychotic and unhinged, and I really like that about him, I guess. He's just really fun and unpredictable and totally evil, and it's nice to see in fiction the contrast between him and Missy, because Missy is somewhat morally grey, but heading towards good in the end, and I really, really liked it. Overall, I really, really like this book. Anyway, I'm going to give it a solid 4 stars. I'd give it more than that, but a couple stories I wasn't as into. Mainly the last 2 stories were my absolute favourites out of the entire lot. But on the whole, I did really enjoy this book, and it was great seeing Missy again and spending a bit more time in the Doctor Who universe, focusing on girl power. And what a great way to kick off the latest season than by reading this. So it's now Tuesday the 9th, and it's 10 past 11 because I had a shower, so I've washed my hair, hence why it looks like this at the moment. And I've just finished breakfast, but now, because I finished the Missy Chronicles yesterday, I've officially finished all of my Doctor Who reading for this week, and for the month probably. So now I'm going to get into my more spooky reads, and that means I'm going to start with The Beast of London. And now, this one's about Dracula, so it's sort of like an easing into the horror kind of idea. I'm not reading strictly horror, I don't do horror, but instead I'm sort of going more into the supernaturally evilly kind of idea at the moment. So I thought, like, The Beast of London would be a good place to start because it's all about Dracula, but it's also got a female lead character, and I'm hoping for strong female leads here because I'm in such a strong female lead mood. I kind of need it, so fingers crossed on this one, and I will let you know how I get on. I'm currently on chapter 3 right now, and this isn't quite grabbing me at the moment. I don't know if it's because I'm not in the mood, or if this just isn't for me as a story. I don't know. I'm just a bit, like, iffy at the moment, I guess you could say. It's sort of like stuff is going on, and it's sort of setting stuff up, but it's also sort of showing me, not telling me. No, it's telling me, not showing me. That's the way around it is. And that's just sort of not exactly getting on my nerves, but it's just sort of like, no, I want to be shown, not just told these things. So I'm a bit iffy. I'm going to give it a couple more chapters, and then if I still don't like it by chapter 5, I will be instead reading something else, because I do have another vampire book that's quite short that will work this week instead if this doesn't work out for me at the moment. So I've actually now decided to DNF it, or at least stop reading for a little while, because I'm just really not into this. I'm finding it quite cliche in places, and I don't know if that's just me being overly critical or what. I'm just not really into it. So instead I'm going to read Cirque de Freak by Darren Shan, because this is also about vampires, and I picked this up last week, and I kind of remember this. I kind of remember the film. That's the thing. I kind of remember the film. And I'm pretty sure I used to have the entire Cirque de Freak series in a big bind-up. And I remember reading it when I was like 10 or something. And I can't really remember if I liked it or not. I think I was overly critical of it at 10 because the way they changed vampires just wasn't for me, because I was a bit of a purist at the time. But I'm going to give this another go and see what I think. It's only 182 pages and it's a middle grade novel, so I think I'm going to get through this quite quickly. And considering I only have today and tomorrow, Wednesday, as like reading days this week, I think this would be a good one to go for. First though, considering it is now 12 o'clock, I'm going to be stopping for lunch in like an hour, so I think I may watch a couple of episodes of Daredevil, eat lunch and write my weekly blog post up first. Then I'll get into this, because I don't particularly want to get like 2 chapters in, get hungry, have to put it back down again, and then go get lunch. So I think I'm just going to wait until after I've done my other things I need to do today, and then start this about 2, 3, maybe? Who knows? I ended up watching 3 episodes of Daredevil because I got a bit too into it. But I have now also managed to write a blog post for this week and I was struggling with that, so go me. But it is now 4:05 in the afternoon and I really should have started reading this by now. And I haven't yet, and I've just realised that I'm moving the screen every time I take my hand off my laptop, which my camera is resting on. So I'm going to stop doing that. But I'm now actually going to start this. It is actually less than 200 pages, so I should hopefully get through this quite quickly. I mean, I've got 2 hours today and all of tomorrow, and if I don't finish it in that time, something is seriously wrong with me. So I'm just going to get started now, so the sooner I start, the sooner I can finish, the sooner I can carry on watching more Daredevil, because Punisher's just turned up, and it's also the Elektra season, and I love Punisher and I love Elektra, and I basically just want to get through as much Daredevil as physically possible before the 19th, because that's when the new series is out, and I am binging it. I'm currently on page 43, and I have no idea if I'm having a bad reading week, or if I'm just generally not liking the books I'm reading, well, at least today, because I loved the Missy Chronicles yesterday, but now I'm like, about everything I'm reading today, and I really don't want to be. I really want to like this, and I really want to like Beast of London, but my brain is just not taking it right now. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm not tired or anything like that. Maybe I just am completely caught up in Daredevil right now. I don't know, but I'm just sort of iffy about the whole thing, and I don't think it's helping with this is that this is entirely male centric. Like, completely, and that's really not helping because I'm on such a girl power hype at the moment, and I do have a couple of other books that are really girl power, but my problem is that I've only got tomorrow to read, and I'm not gonna be able to finish a book tomorrow, because then I have Thursday I'm out, Friday I'm busy, Saturday and Sunday I'm out, and then Monday I'm also busy next week, and I'm not going to have any time to read. So if I started a book tomorrow and didn't finish it, I'd then end up having to wait until next Tuesday to finish it. And quite frankly, I don't think I could do that. So I either stop reading or try and carry on through this, because I have heard the first half is a bit slow and then it sort of takes off afterwards. So I may try and push through. I don't know. I really don't. I do have one other comic option to read tomorrow, so I could read that, or I could just read comics all day tomorrow. I don't know. I'm going to try and read some more of this, and then I will decide tomorrow as to whether or not I'm in a bad reading week or what, and see what I do from there, to be honest. I don't know if you can hear that in the background, but some idiot is now playing music outside in their car so loudly I can hear it in the front room. I mean, they have now just driven off, but how the hell am I supposed to read when that's going on? It's now Wednesday morning and there's a tree surgeon outside. I don't know if you can hear them, but they're quite loud, and that's going to be fun trying to read today, because I've decided that I'm not going to continue on at the moment with Cirque de Freak, and that's because it is completely male-led, and at the moment I'm feeling more like I want female-led stories. I'm in such girl power mood, I need female-led stories right now, and that's just not giving it to me. Instead, this week, because I've only got today, so I can't really start a new book, instead I am going to be reading Welcome to Lovecraftian, which is Lock and Key Volume 1, which is by Joe Hill, because that's quite spooky, and I just bought it, and it's quick because it's a comic, so I'm going to read that, prepare for my meeting tomorrow, and try and ignore the tree surgeon while I write articles for various people, and like watch Daredevil, because Daredevil's quite mumbly at points, and if the tree surgeon's screaming, I'm not going to have particular fun here, but I'm going to give it a try. So that is my current ideas for the day. I'll see how I get on. The tree surgeon is now gone, so now I'm actually going to get on with reading. I kind of put it off until he left, because quite frankly I couldn't be bothered to deal with trying to read while that noise was going on. But now that he's left, I'm now starting Welcome to Lovecraftian, so I hope this is better than what I've been reading recently, and I'm more into it because I've really been looking forward to reading this, and I keep on seeing it everywhere, and I've only just bought it, so now I'm going to give it a go. I just finished volume 1 of Lock and Key, and I actually really enjoyed it. It was really creepy in places, and sort of supernaturally woman down a well, evil spirit, ghosty, murdery kind of thing. It was really good. It was really weird, but I actually really enjoyed it in the end, and I will definitely be picking up the next volume whenever I get some more money in, or if it ends up like reduced on Amazon or something. I actually really enjoyed it. I really like the art style as well, and it was just generally quite a good, fun, creepy ride and slightly odd. So I really enjoyed it, and I'd say I'd give it a 4 stars in the end. This is where I'm going to leave this reading vlog though, because my rest of my day is just writing Daredevil and planning for a meeting. Then tomorrow is the meeting. Then Friday's me cleaning the house, and that's really not interesting to watch, and it's nothing to do with a reading vlog. So I'm just going to leave it here, I think, on the Wednesday. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give me a thumbs up. Comment down below if you've read any of the books I read this week, or what you read this week, because I'd love to know. And I'll also leave a link down below to all my social media if you want to check it out. And if you want to see any more of my videos, please click subscribe here, and over here will be the link to my previous video. But until next time, guys, bye.